breaking news. After 20 years in hibernation, the first person has finally returned to the world of the living.
I waited 20 years to wake up for this.
So you were living on benefits before you were frozen?
Yeah.
West Yorkshire, United Kingdom 2026. The taste reminds me of wallpaper paste.
Come on, IKEA!
Boże, kto teraz?
Last one, black coffee. Is it still legal to say in England black coffee?
According to international media, a Polish man frozen 2 decades ago has just awakened. And his first request? A visit to an IKEA restaurant. Our cameras will accompany him on this extraordinary journey as a passionate food lover. Our reporter managed to get a quick interview with him.
After 20 years frozen, why is your first stop IKEA? You could go anywhere in the world. Why meatballs? Is this what you dreamed about during hibernation? Swedish food?
She waited 20 years for me. I owe her something truly luxurious. To relive the good old days. I can't spend too much. My savings were frozen with me for 20 years, and they still haven't unfrozen my universal credit.
So you were living on benefits before you were frozen?
Yeah. It was a financial strategy. Benefits coming in, no rent, no food, no heating, perfect plan. Now new camera, new YouTube channel. Now the world has changed, so time for easy money again. Yeah.
Have you ever wondered what would happen if you were frozen today and woke up 20 years later? Well, I decided to take the risk, and somehow it worked. Today, I'm here with you, young, handsome, full of energy, ready to enjoy the world again. But not everything went exactly according to plan.
Gentlemen, I don't think everything went according to plan. There's a small problem. Actually, maybe not that small. The patient's color seems to have changed over time.
No way, this is not what I paid for. What am I supposed to do now? What am I going to do with my life? Can't I be a food tester anymore? And should I start rapping instead? I decided to go for further corrections, although I didn't know that now on the NHS. To become white again, the waiting list is over 3 years. Never mind. I slept for 20 years. I can wait another 3. Gentlemen, did it work this time?
Yeah, everything's fine, Eric. You're as white as an IKEA showroom on a Monday morning.
The first thing after waking up couldn't be anything else. A bottle of whiskey and a steak, and of course a bit of music. The next morning, with a hangover, I turned on my computer to play and see if I still had good reflexes. And finally, I had to see what happened to my baby.
Not this one, this one.
Yes, baby, the daddy is back. All right, let's check what's playing on the radio today. I set off for a ride with a cigar in my teeth. Summer in England looked a bit different than it did 20 years ago. Time to go back home. I hope nothing else has changed. Only the fog and the gloomy atmosphere stayed the same. Unfortunately, England wasn't the same anymore. I went back home and switched on the news to find out what had happened. Unfortunately, many other things looked different than they used to. What I saw on TV was very strange. Stranger than I could have ever imagined. But I decided I would find my place in this new world and show everyone that the world has taken a wrong turn. And that there are still people who can change it. So I decided to go for a walk and start everything from the beginning. Be honest, did you wait for me or did you upgrade?
I waited 20 years. You still owe me dinner.
Honey, I've got an idea. I've got an idea what I'm going to do. And I've got an idea for a romantic dinner. Get up. We're going to IKEA.
Let's check what IKEA is like after 20 years' time. Come on, IKEA! For a second, I thought I'd woken up in India. Nope. Junction 27 on the M62, New England. Same Leeds Council.
Fasten your seatbelts, and we're off. Destination, IKEA. Wishing you culinary dreams come true, a pleasant journey, and beautiful views. Recalculating. Please continue straight. You are now driving through a landfill. Turn right, then gently left. Drive straight to IKEA in Leeds, about 1 mile to go. I can recommend a restaurant there with a 5-star hygiene rating.
Welcome to IKEA, West Yorkshire, United Kingdom 2026. The place where students with big career dreams come to buy their first tiny table for their tiny kitchen. The place where graduates come to confront reality and buy their second tiny table for their tiny kitchen. The place where freshly divorced adults show up after escaping their student loans to buy their third tiny table in life. A place where the finest of Scandinavian furniture design meets extravagance and refined cuisine. Oh, sorry, my mom is calling.
Hello. Why have you been quiet for so long again and not contacted your old mother?
Hi, Mom. Yeah, I'm still busy. I'm filming today again.
Don't work too hard. If you keep filming this much, one day you'll be more famous in England than Prince Andrew is in Poland. What are you filming this time? Powdered potatoes?
Yeah, a restaurant test.
Where is it?
Well, how do I put this? In a furniture store.
Oh, I've heard that in the UK you have more banks than the whole of Europe combined, and you call them food banks. But that there are so many restaurants that even furniture stores have them, that I hadn't heard. I just hope they're not making the meatballs out of cardboard in a chair factory.
Let's just hope the meals aren't made in the same factory as the wardrobes. Yeah, call you back.
As it turned out, it wasn't only the dirt on the streets that surprised me. IKEA turned out to be just as charming after 20 years.
The first thing I noticed here is the scene they're spraying around. I don't know if it's supposed to make us feel better and spend more money. It smells quite fresh at first, but after a few minutes it becomes really unpleasant. And I seriously doubt it comes from freshly picked white flowers. I'm guessing it is some cheap chemical product. And honestly, if I feel uncomfortable after a short visit, I don't even want to imagine how an IKEA employee feels after a full day of breathing this stuff in. So if one day it turns out these things is harmful to customers or staff, remember me when you're filing a class action lawsuit, yeah? But seriously, if there is anyone here who actually knows what IKEA is spraying in their stores, let me know in the comments, because soon other shops will probably start doing the same without telling you. And we won't even know what we are breathing in.
Artificial scent being sprayed over the field. The flowers are empty. IKEA already took everything natural into their stores.
Look at this apartment, bro. This isn't a flat. This is a shoe box with Wi-Fi. This is perfect if you're single, or if you secretly hate the person you live with. The bedroom, kitchen, and living room are all in one place. Basically, you never have to stand up again. If you stretch your arms, you can cook a dinner, open a door, and cry at the same time. This isn't open plan. This is no plan surviving. Look at this setup. This isn't a home. This is a simulation of happiness. They designed these rooms like you don't need space, you need imagination. Honestly, if I actually lived here, my backpack would take up to half the space of the apartment. Welcome to the IKEA apartment, when every piece of furniture has a second job. This bed is also a sofa. The sofa is also storage. The storage is also the reason you can't open the door fully. Luxury living. IKEA apartments are designed for people who don't cook, don't sit, and don't own stuff. If you do any of these things, congratulations! You now live in the furniture obstacle course. IKEA bedrooms are romantic until you try to change the sheets. That's when love is tested. Patience is lost and someone suggests sleeping on the sofa, which is also the kitchen.
It was so romantic at first. He took me to a restaurant in the hospital, but you know what hospitals look like these days? Not a single free chair, patients lying on tables. Then he took me for dinner at the Tradesman's Cafe in B&Q. Unfortunately, there weren't any free chairs there either, because everyone was watching Jim Radcliffe on TV, apologizing for having his own opinion. Then he suggested something he called a benefit date. At the Job Center Cafe, he said, "Don't worry, it's budget-friendly." But when we got there, it was completely packed. Apparently, a new boat had just arrived, and the restaurant was full. I thought nothing else could go wrong. Then he said, "We're going to Quick Fit." I thought, gym food, healthy, romantic. Nope. Coffee, tire smell, and a guy shouting about brake pads. Even that place was full at this point. IKEA was basically fine dining. Then he asked me if I had an IKEA family card, because it would be cheaper. He said money's a bit tight. He just finished medical school and started working as a trainee NHSQ manager. Medical degree, IKEA discount card. Welcome to modern Britain.
It soon became clear that not only is it hard to find a clean roadside without litter in the UK, it's just as hard to find a clean table. Imagine sneezing, coughing children, mothers changing nappies, and then immediately sitting down to eat. Children wiping their noses with their hands, and then whipping them on the table. And look, I'm not against building immunity through shared bacteria. Quite the opposite. But this is a bit too much. No one cleans or wipes the tables. IKEA asks customers to clean up after themselves. What? So, are we supposed to come with our own cloth, bring Mr. Muscle, and clean the tables ourselves? Am I understanding this correctly? I think at this level, IKEA shows who its customers are to them. Or maybe it's us who show who we are by eating in these conditions. I don't know what to think anymore. The only thing I can say is that, in my opinion, it was a disgusting experience. Something bordering on the third world, where people eat in scandalous conditions without even basic sanitary standards. And this is a 5-star rating? Then what is 4? I'm not even asking about 1. Before I start the test, take a look at this artificial color of the gravy and those strange vibrations.
Let's start with the iconic meatballs. Obviously, I've ordered only a kid's portion, but I hope that will be enough for me. How people can be excited about this food. You know, I saw a few food reviewers and they were like, wow, wow, IKEA food is so fantastic, so good, so... Come on, I don't know if I live in the Matrix or you live in the Matrix. Let's check apple juice. I can't really smell apple, maybe a little bit, but let's check the test. Oh, it's disgusting. It doesn't taste like a real apple or anything near. Oh, it reminds me of very, very cheap wines when I was like 15 and I used to go for rock festivals with my friends. We used to drink something similar, but this, oh. Anyway, I hope this is quite simple. What can go wrong? What can go wrong? Nothing. Literally fries. So let's check it. First thing, it's bloody cold. Cold, just cold. Chewy. I'm pretty sure this smells like engine oil. 20 years ago, I used to pour this stuff into my car, not my dinner. I'm pretty sure this was fried in Castrol 5W30. Back in the day, this oil went into my engine. Now it's on my fries. This isn't cooking. This is industrial production. Tastes less like a kitchen, more like a laboratory accident. I asked for food, not a science experiment. Cheesecake. Cheesecake is actually something that I know the taste very well. There is so many varieties of cheesecake, but one thing is necessary, the taste of cheese in it. I don't know if this was really a cheesecake, but I have to say, like anything that contains a kilogram of sugar and artificial ingredients, it tastes good. And that was the case this time. You can see the ingredients list on the screen right now. For me, the taste is a solid 8. And now, take a look at this.
You have to clean your table at the end, but it doesn't say why you have to clean it at the beginning.
Last one, black coffee. Is it still legal to say in England black coffee? I don't
Got
know.
a white one there as well.
Which one's better? I can tell you that because I saw that people for having opinions in this country are going to prison now, so I need to find out about legality of it. Black coffee, no sugar. It's acceptable, definitely. The taste, I don't want to play an idiot here and say, I'm so rich, it's so, blah, blah, blah. I only drink black coffee, and from 1 to 10, I would give it strong 7.
Because it's free?
No, because it's good. It's good. It's actually strong 7 means that's fine. That's okay. That is a good coffee. And what we have here, white latte. If you ask me, obviously, which is better, white or black, as an old racist, I always say, of course, white. But no, seriously. I'm not a latte fan at all, so you tell me, was it good?
It's alright. Like
What do you mean, it's alright?
all-inclusive holiday.
All-inclusive holiday? Where?
Anywhere.
Anywhere. And 1 out of 10?
6,
Strong 6 or weak 6?
5.8.
Which is strong 6. So it's the same. Right, guys, I almost forgot. I need 1 meatball to take with me to add to my science plate. And I left my poo bags in the car, so I use this and we'll add it into the plate with other British science, and we'll see if Swedish science is the same as British science. The most unbelievable thing in today's world is that the stupid want to teach the wise. The dirty want to teach others how to clean up after themselves. People with no taste want to tell others what's good. The overweight teach the slim about a healthy lifestyle. The slim eat everything because their own weight loss injections. And only IKEA apple juice reminds me of a carefree childhood. And please don't think I'm unaware this might be controversial and emotional for some. Truly heartbreaking.
Please don't worry. We've had many distressed patients after watching the IKEA episode. And rest assured, we feed people better here than IKEA does.
Please don't worry. Eric is just a scammer. The food is still healthy and tasty, and IKEA sets the standards for meatballs and hot dogs. This man is a Neanderthal from another era. He thinks potatoes grow in fields and meat comes from cows. Primitive thinking of an old man.
Why did I subscribe to this channel? Chips fried in engine oil, dirt, dust, And that apple juice! And this is the restaurant where I agreed to become his wife? How am I supposed to look him in the eyes now?
Okay, maybe my video isn't a happy family running around the store. A family dinner where children happily eat cold chips while their parents enjoy chemical gravy. This episode was meant to be fun, but in the end, I decided to eat a hot dog at this 5-star Hygiene rated restaurant. The same one that teaches others how to clean up after themselves. And you know what? I'll leave it that without comment.
Boże, to teraz. Может, как лупарек?
That day really shocked me deeply. I saw young mothers with children feeding them at those dirty tables. I saw people looking at me like I was strange when I tasted the food and pushed everything away in disgust. I saw people eating hot dogs that didn't resemble the taste of real food in any way. This sausage has no taste, no texture, no smell, something I can't believe anyone actually eats. That's the worst sausage I've ever had in my life. I'm not kidding. Bread. This bread doesn't remind me of anything I know. It dissolves in your mouth like powder. Nothing familiar. I wonder how many years people have to be fed chemical food before it reaches a point where a human being is able to eat something like this. Has civilization reached a stage where we are fed like animals on commercial farms? Just presented differently? Are we eating waste and threatening it as normal? Because we don't know and we don't remember what the real world looks like. Like cows that don't know how green grass looks or tastes because they stand in the same place their entire lives. That the same day I went to check whether it was just IKEA or if people eat like this everywhere. Should I freeze myself again? Not yet. I hope the first restaurant test didn't go well. But maybe in the next episode I'll manage to eat something I can actually recommend to you, the viewers.